Hello children. In the previous video, we have discussed about the structure of bones and cartilage. Today, we will discuss about the parts of a skeleton system. So, skeleton system is made up of 4 parts. The first part is backbone, skull, ribcage and limbs. Repeat after me children. The skeleton system consists of the following parts: skull, backbone, ribcage and limbs. So today we will see about them in detail one by one. So the first one is skull. Skull is made up of 22 bones. How many bones children? Yes, skull is made up of 22 bones. Out of these 22 bones, 8 bones protects and cover the brain portion. Is it clear? It protects and covers the brain portion. And the remaining 14 bones are responsible for our facial features. Is it clear to you? Okay. Now, out of these 22 bones, only our lower jaw is movable. You can move only your lower jaw. And all the remaining bones are fixed. They are immovable. See, I am speaking with the help of my lower jaw, isn't it? So, lower jaw enables us to eat and speak. It is clear? Okay. Now, the bones of skull gives us the characteristic features, facial features. Okay? And the skull protects the inner ears, nose, eyes and mouth. And there are sockets in between the bones of our face for our eyes, nose, mouth and ears. Is it clear? Now the next part is backbone. Backbone is also called vertebral column or spine. It is made up of 33 small bones. So, a column of 33 small bones is called a vertebral column. It is the long supporting bone running at the center of the back. And this backbone is hollow from the center, so it encloses the delicate spinal cord which contains blood vessels and nerves. Is it clear? Okay. The vertebral column or our backbone helps us to stand straight and perfectly erect. So, we can able to stand perfectly straight because of our backbone. And the vertebrae can move over each other. So, this allows us to bend and twist our back. Okay? So, to maintain our vertebral column, it is important for us to do exercise and maintain a good posture. Clear? Okay. Now, the next part of skeleton system is ribs. It is also known as ribcage. As a cage-like structure of bones is present around the chest, so it is also called as ribcage. Is it clear? Okay. Ribcage protects the heart and lungs of our body. See, this is the structure of a ribcage, in which you can see over here that it is made up of 12 pair of bones. Is it clear? Now, these 12 pairs are curved. Isn't it? You can see these 12 pair of bones are curved and thin also. Out of these 12 pairs, the 10 pairs are attached to the backbone at the back. This blue portion is the backbone. So, 10 pair of bones are attached to the backbone at the back and to the sternum in the front. Now, what is sternum? Sternum is a strong and flat bone in the front. This portion is called as sternum. So, out of 12 pairs, 10 pairs are attached to the sternum and remaining 2 pair of bones are attached to the backbone, but they are not attached to the sternum. So, hence, they are called as floating ribs. What they are called, children? Yes, they are called as floating ribs. Why we are calling them as floating ribs, children? Tell me. Yes, very good. Because these 2 pairs are not attached to the sternum. That is why we are calling it as floating ribs. So it is clear now? Okay. So this is your rib cage. Now the next is limbs. Do you know, children, what are limbs? Yes, arms or legs of a person are called as limbs. So, we humans have 2 pair of limbs. The one pair is upper pair, which consists of arms. So, this pair is known as forelimbs. Okay? And another pair of limbs which consist of legs are known as hind limbs. See, this is the structure of a forelimb. The forelimbs or arms are made up of 2 parts. The upper portion is called upper arm and the lower portion is called lower arm. Repeat after me, children. The upper portion is called upper arm and the lower portion is called lower arm. As you can see over here that the upper arm is made up of one long bone called the humerus. So, humerus is a long bone which is present in upper arm. Is it clear? And this humerus is joined to the backbone with the help of shoulder. Okay? This humerus is joined to the backbone with the help of shoulder. And the shoulder consists of a collarbone in the front and the shoulder blade at the back. So, this is about the upper arm. And about the lower arm is made up of 2 bones. That is ulna and radius. Is it clear? So, these 2 bones are attached to our hand. That means this lower arm is attached to our hand and our hand is made up of very small bones, many small bones as you can see over here. So it is clear? So this is the structure of a forelimb. Now this is the structure of a hind limb. So just like forelimb, our hind limb is also made up of 2 parts. The upper portion is called upper leg and the lower portion is called as lower leg. It is clear? Now, this upper portion is made up of a single bone which is the longest bone in our body. This bone is known as femur. What it is called? Yes, it is called as femur. So, the upper leg has a thigh bone. which is called as femur, and this bone is the strongest bone as it bears the weight of our body. So, which bone is the longest bone in our body, children? Very good. Femur is the longest bone in our body. And this femur is attached to the hip bone. See, this is a femur and it is attached to the hip bone. Is it clear? Now, about the lower leg, it is made up of two bones. Just like our lower arm is made up of two bones, this lower leg is also made up of two bones. First one is tibia and the second one is fibula. So, the tibia is present in the front and the fibula is present at the back. And attached to the lower leg is the foot. See, this is the foot, which is made up of many small bones. As our hands are made up of very small bones, so foot is also made up of very small bones. So it is clear to you now? Alright.